नमस्कार। आप सभी लोग अपने घर में स्वस्थ रूप से तथा होंगे और कोरोना से बचने के सभी उपायों में अपना और अपने समाज का ध्यान रख रहे होंगे तथा अपनों का भी ध्यान रख रहे होंगे। तो जैसा कि कल हम बात कर रहे थे प्लांट किंगडम की, इन विच वी हैव टॉक अबाउट द कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ द एल्गी। लेट्स मूव टू अनदर टॉपिक, दैट इज द ब्रायोफाइटा, राइट? If we can say that the first of all, this Bryophyta was assigned by the Semper. He is a scientist, a botanist. He discussed about this in 1879. If we can talk about the Bryophyta, that generally Bryophyta are, we can say, first land plants and occur or develop in the humid and shady places. If we talk about in India, these are commonly found in the hills of Himalayas. Means generally bryophytes are found in Himalaya regions, and we can say that these bryophytes are the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Generally, sometimes the people can say the only plants, animals are amphibians, but no. In case of the plant kingdom, there is a category that is called bryophytes. They are also known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. But generally, they are known as so because they can live on land and water both. Means they can capable to survive in land as well as on the water. If we can talk about that, the few species of the like Rixia, Flintens, and the Relia species and different such type of, they can be needed the water to survival also, as well as they can survive on the land also. So we can just say, if we can talk about the different category of these bryophytes are different, right? They can be concluded, they can be divided into different characteristics. As you can see here, I have given you about that their amphibians plant kingdom because they can be dependent on water for sexual reproduction. Means not only the reproduction, they can capable to survive in both places, right? But mostly of the bryophytes, they needed the water for their reproduction also, means transportation of their gametes from one organism to the another organisms. So on the other hand, they can be classified in different categories, right? If we can talk about those classes, those categories are or classes are, there's Hepaticopsida, that includes the liverwort, right? Anthoceratopsida, that is called as hornwort, and Bryopsida, that is called the mosses. If we can talk about the species, right? At least there are 960 genera and 24,000 species of the bryophytes are on the earth, on the surface of the earth are found. If we talk about the silent features of this characteristics of the bryophyte are, as we can say, the plant body is thallus without any differentiations into root and stem and leaves. Means their body does not classified into different categories. And general, if we can talk about something else, that most of the bryophytes are autotrophic, means they can have the special thing, that is, you can say they all have the especially leafy or that substances. And we can say these are the plant which are not non-vascular plants, means they do not have the vascular bundles, do not have that transporting tissues for the transportation of the different substances from one to another one. We can say that they are non-vascular plants. The plant body is the, generally we can see the non-vascular plants, basically xylem and phloem is absent, right? And we can say that if we can talk about the sex organs are the multicellular and the jacketed, when they are covered. And in case of that condition, we can say that they have, if they have the sex organs, especially male sex organs, that is called the antheridium. And if the can produce the biflagellates antherozoids, right? As well as the female sex organ called the archegonium in the flax shaped like produce a single egg set in that conditions. They have sporophytes independent to gametophyte of the replacement. As well as we can say on the other hand, Generally, we can say these archegonium can capable Anthridium can capable to produce the sperm, as well as the archegonium can produce the egg one. And sperm always bifragilate, as I told you, means they have a fragile like structure which can help it to move from one place to another place. And if we talk about the archegonium in detail, that it has a 6 vertical rows of the neck cells, right? As well as for the fertilizations, for the mating of the this male archegonium gametes and the antheridium gametes, they should be needed water. That's why we can say that these are the amphibians of the plant kingdom. As well as we can say that after the fertilization, a diploid zygote and two-end zygote is formed within the venter of the archegonium. As well as we can say the zygote does not undergo resting period. Zygote is retained within the archegonium. जो zygote बनेगा वो archegonium के साथ रहेगा, साथ ही it can be capable to show some divided, means diploid zygote divided by the mitotic division to form the multicellular embryo and develops into the sporophytes. This we can say the sporophyte is mostly divided into fruit, seta and the capsule. This is the structure of the bryophytes plants, right? So we can say this can be easily capable to divide it in such category, right? Evenly we can say after that the capsule region of the sporophytes spore mother cells, राइट, आर ड्राइव फ्रॉम द स्पोरोजीनस टिश्यू. जो आपका इसके ऊपर जो कैप्सूल स्ट्रक्चर बनता है, यानी कि फूड, सेटा एंड कैप्सूल बताया मैंने, जो स्पोरोफाइट्स का डेवलपमेंट होने के बाद तो कैप्सूल के अंदर क्या होता है, स्पोर मदर सेल होती है जो उसके अंदर दोबारा से मियोसिस की प्रोसेस होती है और स्पोर मदर सेल्स मियोसिस की प्रोसेस के थ्रू क्या होती है, हैप्लॉइड स्पोर्स का डेवलपमेंट कर देती है, राइट, विथ शो द होमोस्पोरी, यानी कि इसमें जितने भी स्पोर्स होते हैं उनका साइज लगभग सेम और बराबर रहता है. इसके अलावा वी कैन से द अडल्ट स्पोरोफाइट इज ऑलवेज डिपेंडेंट ऑन द गैमेटोफाइट, राइट. इसके बाद आफ्टर दैट द स्पोर्स जर्मिनेट एंड डेवलप इनटू द गैमेटोफाइटिक थैलस. whenever the spores can be start to develop, it will change into the thallus, and we can say gametophytic phases start from the haploid spores and the continues up to the formation of gametes. और उसके बाद गैमेटोफाइटिक फेजेस के तहत जो हैप्लॉइड स्पोर्स का बनाएगा, उसके बाद गैमेट बनाएंगे एंड देन द गैमेट द स्पोरोफाइटिक फेज इज फ्रॉम द डिप्लॉइड जाइगोट टू स्पोर मदर cells. These two phases show the alternation of generation. Means if we can talk about the life cycle of this condition, in that condition we can directly say there are two parts, that is called the sporophytes and the gametophyte conditions, especially in the condition of the life cycle of that bryophytes. Then we have to talk about the types of these bryophytes, especially in which they can categorize. Especially they can be categorized in 3 category or classes, that is known as Hepaticopsida and the Anthoceratopsida and the Bryopsida, right. So if we talk about some structures about this Hepaticopsida, in which we have to talk about the liver worth. जनरली आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, स्पेशली अपने स्कूल में दीवारों पर एक लीवर स्ट्रक्चर का, लीफी स्ट्रक्चर का स्ट्रक्चर जमा रहता है, ग्रीनिश स्ट्रक्चर रहता है, जिसको देख करके आपने कभी सोचा हो क्या है ये. रियल में इट इज नोन एज लीवर वर्थ, राइट. हम उसको कह सकते हैं लीवर वर्थ है. अब इसकी खासियत क्या होती है, जनरली दे द थैलस इन डोर्सोवेंट्रली एंड डाइकोमर्सली ब्रांच्ड. जनरली इसमें ब्रांचेज रहती हैं. डोर्सोवेंट्रली बहुत ज़्यादा चिपटा स्ट्रक्चर का रहता है, राइट. इसके अंदर मिड्रिप रहती है, जैसे रिक्सिया और मार्केंसिया के अंदर ये देखने को मिलता है. और इसके साथ अगर हम बात करें, स्पेशली दे हैव सम स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रक्चर्स, मीन्स दे वी कैन से यूनिसेलुलर राइजोइड्स एंड स्केल्स आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द वेंट्रल साइड. इसके जो नीचे की साइड रहता है प्लांट, इसके नीचे की साइड में वेंट्रल साइड पे क्या होता है, वहाँ पर unicellular rhizoids or scales are present in that condition. If we talk about the another thing that is called the sex organ directly present on the thallus or on the special branches called the gametophores. इसका जो रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट्स रहते हैं वो क्या होता है उसके गैमेटोफोर्स के पास अटैचमेंट के साथ रहते हैं. इसके साथ ही if we can say that especially if we talk about the Markensia, you can see easily such conditions in Markensia 1. And we can say if we talk about the asexual reproduction in the liver worth that take place by the fragmentation means अगर इसका कोई पार्ट कट जाए, ब्रेक कर जाए, गिर जाए तो उसके वजह से क्या होगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड asexual mode of reproduction, and that specialized structure is known as gamete, right, which can be growth into a new organisms. As well as we can say gamete has a green multicellular asexual bud which can be developed into a small receptors called the gamma cups. Means generally these gamete can also have some gamma cups, and the gamete becomes detached from the parental body and germinate to form a new individuals, right. तो ये इजीली क्या होता है वहाँ पर आसानी से दोबारा से डेवलप करने में हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से आपका जो लिवर वर्थ होता है ये आसानी से बहुत इजीली ग्रो कर जाता है. स्पेशली रेनी सीजन के समय पर ये वॉल्स पे, यहाँ जो नॉन पोल्यूटेड एरियाज़ होते हैं हिमालय एरियाज़ के रीजन्स में डिफरेंट एरियाज़ पे आसानी से ग्रोथ करता हुआ दिखाई दे सकता है. इसकी सबसे पहली कंडीशन यही है कि डोर्सो वेंट्रली इसका स्ट्रक्चर रहता है. As you can see in the diagrams that these are the sexual parts of that liverwort, that is archegoniophore, and this is a male that is called the anthragoniophore. With the help of this one, evenly you can just see these are the gamma cups and these are the rhizoids in these conditions. So in asexual conditions, whenever these gamma cups can be break down from over here and they can felt anywhere, they can be capable to develop in that conditions with the help of the gamma cups. So this can be always helpful for the development conditions found over there, and this is the liver worth structure. Then we have to talk about the characteristics of the Bryopsida, right? Means we have to talk about the characters of the Bryopsida. We can say that these have the different structures due to which they can be classified. Means if we can talk about the Bryopsida, especially the plant body is the leafy gametophytic thallus having the stem-like and leaf-like structure. Means they have the stem-like and the leaf-like structure but not clear properly developed. As well as you have seen an example of that, that is Funaria and the sphagnum. Right, Funaria especially you can see everywhere. Evenly when you came into a school, you can see on the walls of the any houses, any where whenever there some mosses like can be grown over. In that condition, a single tube-like structure, capsule-like structure can be seen in that conditions. You can easily understand about this Bryopsida, right? And if we talk about its structure in that particular stages, they can be seen in the conditions. And these gametophytes can show mosses consist like stages. In the first stage, that is called proteinema stage, which can be developed directly from spores. It can be creeping, green and frequently filamentous. And the second stage, that is leaf stage, in which the development of the secondary proteinema a later bud having the upright and cylinder axil bearing a sparely arranged that leaf, right? Evenly we can say the vegetative reproduction in is by the fragmentation and budding in secondary conditions, proteinema. And evenly the sexual reproduction, the sex organs, antheridia and the archegonia produces at the apex of the leafy shoots, sporophytes, mosses, and more development, and the consist of the food, seta, and other parts. Evenly we can say common example of the Funaria. As well as generally if we talk about the structures of this condition, right, we can talk that other characteristics of this one, that especially these conditions of Bryopsida, that they have also rhizoids and the multicellular branched structure, and they have talk about the sex organ found in the terminal part portion of the plant body, And the sporophyte is clearly differentiated into food, seta, and capsule. Again, we can talk about that their body can be divided into different categories, right? And sporophytes is highly complex, in which the sterilizations of the sporogenous tissue is evident by the Hepatocopsida and Bryopsida, and through the Anthoceratopsida. There are different means of category through which they can be easy to be classified, to be found over in that conditions. And if we talk about the reproduction, there is a vegetative reproduction conditions. In wet particular conditions, what will happen? If we can say, the basically the vegetative reproduction is common in bryophytes, and it is in the absence of the water, sexual reproduction cannot take place. If suppose there is no water, in that condition bryophytes plant cannot be capable to reproduce sexually. So due to such conditions, in case of the reproduction, we can say they can be so asexual or vegetative reproduction, in which we can say the death and decay of the older part. Means the reproduction can be take place in some specific conditions, that is death or the decay of the older parts. Mean if we can see, especially in Markensia and the Rixia, the gradual death and the decay reaches to the dichotomy, and two branches are separated. They can be developed into new thalli, and actually method of the fragmentation. इनके प्रीवियस पार्ट को डेड होने के बाद भी इसका ग्रोथ हो जाती है. इसके अलावा दे हैव अनदर स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज कॉल्ड ट्यूबर्स. ट्यूबर आर फॉर्म एट द मार्जिन्स ऑफ द थैलस, स्पेशली इन रिक्सिया. So these tubers store food, and under the favorable condition they germinate and form a new individuals also, new thalli also. We can say adventitious branches mean the different branches, they can be developed from the ventral surface structure of thallus in Rixia, and they may also present a Markensia, and they can capable to separation from the thallus and give rise to a new thalli. Evenly the gamma cups, they can also vegetative buds which can be presented in the gamma cups and found on the dorsal surface of thallus. They can also capable to make the new thalli through which the plant can be capable to develop. If we talk about the primary Protonema, there are sexual spores germinate and give rise to a green filamentous structure that is called primary Protonema, and it bear many buds, and each bud grow into a new thalli or thallus. And if we talk about the secondary Protonema, the older part of the thallus can, such as tip of the rhizoids, base of the axis, and capsule walls, they can be capable to form a new thalli structure. So these are the different conditions through which this kingdom plant bryophytes can capable to reproduce easily, and they can capable to produce a different type of plants like them. So this way they can capable to easily develop in condition. If we can talk about their sexual reproduction, this is nothing special, but they can they have the oogamous type sub organs, right? We can say generally there is antheridium and the archegonium, right? Male female they can be separated. If we can talk about the archegonium, generally the archegonium is considered at the solen venter and in elongated neck like structure which can be characterized 6 vertical rows of the neck cells. अगर हम उसकी vertical rows पे काउंटिंग करेंगे तो लगभग 6 neck cells आएंगी, जिसके लिए जिस अलग अलग कंडीशंस में इसका चेंजेस होते रहते हैं. और अगर फर्टिलाइजेशन की बात करेंगे तो क्या होगा, द स्पर्म जो आपका एंथ्रीडियम होगा उसका जो मेल गैमीट होगा, इट कैन बी जस्ट रिचेस थ्रू द वाटर टू द नेक ऑफ आर्चिगोनियम. आर्चिगोनियम नेक तक पहुँचेगा, और एट द टाइम ऑफ द फर्टिलाइजेशन वेंट्रल कैनाल कैन बी नेक canal disorganized and form the mucilaginous masses, after due to which it can be break down. If we can talk about the mucilage contains some chemicals like the sucrose in case of the Funaria. अलग plants में अलग chemicals इससे भरे रहते हैं, तो they can be always have the male gamete attached toward the archegonium neck and showing the chemotatic movement, right? Due to which the zygote will form. This way the sexual reproduction can also take place in the this bryophyta. Economical importance of bryophyta. So we can say they are very important economically. If we can say these mosses can serve as the food for herbivorous animals, mammals, birds and other animals. Dry sphagnum is used as fuel also, right? Sphagnol obtained from the sphagnum is used against the skin diseases. It can be utilized for the making the medicines, right? And dried sphagnum, it can be also, this dried sphagnum can also peat and have a great water holding capacity, so it is generally used for the packaging of material from the cement and vegetables, cut flowers and fruits. Means whenever these mosses can be generally utilized for the different conditions for the packing of the different type of plants and their cutting parts. Evenly we can say they are also very important, they are also very most useful for the conditions of the ecological importance. Means we can say the bryophytes check soil erosion, especially if the large amount of the bryophytes are grown on the soil, right, on the land areas, they can capable to just avoid the soil erosion in that particular area. Even we can say early colonizers during the xerophatic successions, especially the succession is the process in which the bare land the life can be started, especially in that conditions. The first of all xerophatic conditions जो succession होता है, where that everything is dried in that particular places, such type of mosses can be started to grown up and they can start to live in that particular areas. In the other hand we can say the dried mosses can be absorb metals which serve as index of the pollutions. Means we can say they can capable to absorb the metals pollutants from the environment, so they can be also a good, they can also plays a very good role to clean our environmental conditions. So students, today we have complete about this bryophyta. There are so many things about this one, but I have explained only about on the basis of your syllabus. So you must read it and try to make your notes as well as, and tomorrow we will talk about the pteridophyta and then we have to talk about the gymnosperm and angiosperm. So please read and try to understand all the lesson and try to make your notes yourself.